So we're closing in on the Bearhausen during the sort of an impromptu Winterfest festival. Um, the council is all there, and I think Arthur has just recently kind of spilled gifts into the hands of everyone, uh, and uh, the the council isn't the only ones that are there. Like the crew and stage crew and um, actresses that work the Bear House, they're getting ready to debut the new play, so they're studying, and like kind of the moment like presents come out and stuff like that, it leads to sort of like a mad dash for the exits as people are like, oh, are we doing this now? And coming back with things. Some of them are coming back with food, some of them are, and like since everybody comes from different cultural traditions. There are some people doing other things as well. And it leads to kind of like a little bit of like emptiness at the council, as everybody's kind of going back to their homes, quickly piling things up. And Arthur, who has been the one who's kind of like given stuff out first, is left alone in the immediate aftermath while others are going to get everything. Um, and uh, there is a um, a plate of like a cookie that's like made of oats that Arthur hasn't had outside of Innismore ever before. Um, it's like it's not a sweeter cookie. It's kind of like a we've been consistently oppressed by the Avalonians and don't have a lot of food and wealth. So we've learned to make cookies from whatever we can kind of cookie. Um, but it is definitely like a winter kind of treat. And there's a moment where he catches sight of it and like he remembers the last time he had it. And like suddenly he's transported back to a tiny little cabin that's near the edge of the ocean that he shared with Megan, as she's kind of like pulling a plate of them that are just far too burnt out of out of like the little like stove that they have. And she just like swats him when he tries to like eat one anyway. It's like still piping hot, and it's like, no, those are you can't eat those. But
Look,
it's
they're
one of those like
better
she
when
wants
they're
to show him
burning
like
the
it's not a
insides of your
total
mouth.
loss. Yeah. Um, and she just, she kind of laughs and she like throws her arms around him. And she's like, "You're an idiot, man."
Of course I am. That's why you love me.
Uh, uh, and she kind of like, I don't know what's possessed me to do such a thing. She says, "What kind of man eats burnt cookies?" You know? Um, and she kind of, she raises one foot out, like part of a chair, like to climb onto him and wrestle him to the ground. And we kind of are cutting back to like the modern day where like the snow is still falling, and he's just like reminded of that loss. Um, and as he's sitting there in the middle of the bear house, um, he hears a voice singing in Inish, a female voice that's soft and familiar, almost ethereal.
He waits patiently for the
Um,
voice to reveal itself to him. So he has an inkling.
the there's nothing that appears in like the Bearhausen, but he can like tell the direction that it's coming from. Does that make sense? He can tell which side of the bear house it's winding in from. Um, and like through a window, he can see a familiar redheaded figure with, a green winter coat standing on the bridge that crosses part of the riverfront.
It's been long enough. This is the woman in green that keeps changing her face, right?
It's hard for him to tell. Like he doesn't, there's no way for him to like recognize, you know what I'm saying? But there is like a feeling of like almost like goosebumps and like a prickle in the skin that like she never elicited from him. Does that make sense? Um, there's a knot in the stomach that just won't quite go away.
Arthur is he almost sighs as he gets up to go out more than like it's one of those he's dreading and looking forward to it.
Um, yeah, and he as he closes, like there's the area of the bridge you can see other people moving up and down, but nobody like crossing the bridge. And that stands out to him because the bridges are almost always being crossed back and forth constantly, like during the day. Like they're busy thoroughfares. The major complaint about them is that they're much too small. Um, and ice has just started to kind of grip some of the stairs that go down to like the water level and most of like the area that they're in. It's not quite as nice as like the shadow or as the Philosopher's Stone where everything is actually like bricked and proper pathways. This is kind of like a combination of like some places are stone, some places are planks thrown across the mud, and that provides enough traction that people can get by. And right now it's a bit slippery underfoot, but it's a strange thing because it's surrounded by like the jolliness of that people are kind of getting into like that first like cold of Winterfest. Um, and Megan looks up at him from the bridge. Um, and unlike anything that he's ever seen the lady in green do, he can like see through her. He can see the bridge behind her. And there's a like part of her cloak that has been pulled over where he remembers the blade being buried.
Wonderful, simply wonderful.
And
No,
her voice is soft. She says, "Not the present you'd wish for, I know."
almost a present I wish would stay buried.
Um, she
Not to
says,
say
"I'd
I don't
not
want
torment you if it was my choice."
Why are you here then?
Queen still has Jack.
Do you know a way to get to him without causing a regression the way that I was last time?
She says, "You enter of your own, you're not brought in by the she, it's a different thing." She says, "Finding the right portals, finding the right ways."
Then would you have a way that's already available?
She says, "The way I came is not the way that you can."
I'm well
Says,
aware that the ways that the dead go are not the ways that the living can follow.
she nods. Um, she says, "It was he who asked me here."
I'll find a way to get back to Jack.
Yeah, and you see like tears that look like crystals like fall down her cheeks.
I don't really know what to say.
Um,
I miss you more than I could ever believe I'd miss anything.
she says, "I can feel it."
Seeing you here again is like my heart breaking all over again.
She says, "It's why I didn't want to come."
But you're the only one that could.
Says, "There are not many that would defy the queen."
Well, the Queen can go shove it.
Uh,
Not very fond of me, Mum.
She she steps forward and like there's no sense of being touched, like no solidity even when she puts her hands like on his collarbones, but he can smell her. You can smell the like herbs that she used, like all the different like poultices she used to make. It's in many ways it's like almost more telling that this is not an illusion conjured by the lady in green, because he'd never be able to get that particular comment. She'd never be able to get that particular combination right.
Fate of a cruel mistress of sorts. Damn luck. Damn fate. Damn everything.
And she like half closes her eyes and she nods along.
If I could, I would follow you back. But the way to follow you is not a way that I have. Is not a way that you'd be proud of me to come.
Uh,
I've thought about it a lot.
she nods. She says, "There's a part of me that thought if we could be together, I'd be urging you to throw yourself from this bridge, but that would not be the way of it."
I want to meet you again, head held high and proud, not found in a shameful way of coming to you with no other option. I love you, Megan.
She says, "I love you too." She says, "And if I could take away every memory of me and the pain I've caused you, I would."
And I would damn you for doing so.
Um, she smiles and she says, "I know you've shown more of yourself to your new friends than you have to any in a long time."
I'm trying.
She says, "I'm proud of you for it."
Every step forward is made on broken glass. To say
Uh,
goodbye to the one that I loved, the one, the only, my lass. Please, take care and be safe.
uh, and she just sort of like steps in and like she lowers her chin so that she can like tuck her ear against his chest and kind of have her head under his chin. Um, and then
Arthur
like
does reciprocate the gesture as much as possible without there being any solid form to be there for it.
yeah, and he feels like the smell of her just slowly kind of like slipping away to crisp snow instead. And then there's like the crunch of snow as like somebody crosses the bridge behind him and nobody's avoiding it any longer.
I'll find you again, Megan. For now, I'll walk through the shadow of the valley of death. But I will fear no evil, for I know you are with me. And then he turns, walks back to the bear house, and any joy or mirth that he's able to usually keep on his face is cracked.
Um,
And
Runa pulls
all
him
and
he
into a
wants to
hug.
do is beat the shit out of someone. But more in the like get into a fist fight and feel something for once.
um,
And that's why he started fighting to begin with.
and the as he's coming back, Alejandra, she's arriving back from like her own place with like her own gifts and stuff like that. Mostly for her part, it looks like her arms are kind of like piled fairly high with food. Um, and
Arthur kind of wipes his nose, very and dries his eyes as much as possible before she can see him. Stands
And
up as tall as possible and goes, "Could I give you a hand with that, lass?"
she kind of like she does catch just like a moment of his face before he kind of like puts it back on. Um, and she smiles and she like puts like a few things into his arms. And she like touches his elbow and she says, "Winters are hard for me too."
Well, nothing that I can really want to do to try and harsh anyone else's Winterfest.
She kind of smiles. She says, "Sometimes all we can do," she says, "is be with others."
I've found that taking a step forward every day is the way to continue.
She, um, she she kind of like, "I don't really know what what's popular in Innismore," says, and I asked, and someone said potatoes, and I asked what else, and they said that was it.
They're not fully incorrect, but they're not fully correct either. Um,
This is so I made you something, and you'll have to let me know how you like them. She
oh,
just
absolutely.
and like the thing that she's made is like it's like a tortilla, but it's been made out of pancakes, and then she seemed to like not really like the result of it, so she like seared the shit out of it in butter.
You,
And
madam, understand the way to an Innismore man's heart better than many Innismore men do themselves.
she says, "So it's all right."
Oh, it's wonderful.
Um, she smiles and she squeezes his arms and um, she turns back and she says, "Well," she says, "if you know a good soup you can make with it, I'm happy to learn." She says, "Maybe we can busy ourselves in the kitchen while everybody else is coming in."
That sounds wonderful. A few things. Do we have any ham? Because that would be a good thing to go with it.
She says, "We have a lot. We had a busy season and we're gonna make sure everybody who helped us this year is fed."
Well, then, Arthur takes off his jacket as he comes into the bear house, hangs it on a hook, and he looks for an apron.
Um, there,
He's
yeah,
kind
there
of
is.
going,
So
let's get to
there's
work
like
then.
a small little kitchenette that has been expanded the last time like the place was built up. It used to just have a bar. Now it has like a bar and like a kitchen in the back that serves food. And she's happy to disappear into it with him. She's like somebody who like cooked as like a homemaker for a long time before like starting to learn to cook to support other like as like a trade for a while. So she definitely has some skill of her own. And between the two of them, like they can definitely turn something out for everybody else. And
You
like
want me to roll my chef skill?
you can go ahead and roll your chef skill, and I'm going to give you 3 extra dice to use this Alejandro's assistance.
Okay. So it would be my panache with my chef skill, right? You want
Panache is a
something else for
great way to roll with that.
it? Okay, so that's it would be six keep three plus an extra three, so that's nine keep three, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing that math right? Because I have three panache, three
Yes.
cooking. Okay.
And you're going to add a +5 to the end result.
So 36.
Okay. Fantastic.
Pretty good. I had two dice explode. Only two. Damn
Um,
you, math. You
yeah,
be a
so
harsh mistress.
so go ahead and throw a Castilian slash, Spanish influence into like whatever it is that Arthur is coming up with. Um, as
It's
as
a
she
it's a big roasted spiral cut ham that's going to show up in the middle of a big table. Potato dishes, some lovely. uh, Arthur's kind of put it as Castilian rice, which uses tomatoes, rice cooked together with those tomatoes, not potatoes. Did I say potatoes? I meant tomatoes. And just a lot of lovely spices and everything put together into a enormous Winterfest feast you can try to do.
um and there's just a few times kind of throughout the cooking process that she just drift closer, touches an arm, kind of reminds like grounding. Does that make sense? Like I don't know if Arthur knows Alejandra's story, but she lost her husband. Um And so there's definitely sort of like an understanding between people who have lost people they've like deeply cared about and are celebrating holidays without them.
Yeah.
Um,
Arthur tries to reciprocate a similar gesture. He's not sure how to do it. So it just comes as like a pat on the shoulder every now and then, or a pat on the head.
and she gives a very like reassuring smile every time he makes the effort. You know what I'm saying? As if she understands the difficulty and like the desire to close off and be cold. And, um, yeah.
It's a different desire for Arthur. It's not the desire to close off. It is a desire to close off, not to be cold, as maybe one might think, but to be overly joyful.
Um, and she as they're like readying like the first round of like food to bring out and stuff like that, there's stuff that she's setting out that is going to those who are uh would otherwise go hungry, right? Like some of it's being brought out to like the tents at despair, but but she loads it up and she smiles and she says, "Happy Winterfest, Arthur." And then she turns and she steps out.
Happy Winterfest, Alejandra. And Arthur does. He doesn't have a lot of things because he worked on the council mostly, but he does. He kind of. He, I'm just trying to think of a good. He has a little tiny set of Innismore coins, just one of each, and he goes, "This isn't to spend. This is just I don't own many things, so thank you."
She kind of smiles. She says, "Do you mean this for a Winterfest gift?"
That would be the preferable look to it. Yes,
She kind of smiles. She says, "I I made
it's
you
just some coins from my homeland. I don't have much else.
she says, you should keep this to remember your homeland." She says, "But
I'll
you should
find out
also
more.
remember it by teaching me a recipe from your homeland when I come back." And that is a gift I would cherish.
Oh, absolutely.
And she steps in and she pecks him on the cheek. Like it's very not like she's not flirting. Does that make sense? It's just like a compassionate gesture. And then she like takes the food and she heads out into the snow. And I'm going to drop the curtain there
And
and
there's
move us
absolutely a
into
haggis dish
introductions.
because yes, someone mentioned it. Yes, there's a haggis dish.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the Shadow of the Wachtturm. Our producer tonight is one of the moderators of Dirty 20 Gaming, the delightful and compassionate Gloriosa. Our lore master for the series is the beautiful and benevolent Syndra. Before we get started, I want to give a content warning. While the spirit of Seventh Sea is swashbuckling adventure and shadowy intrigue, the story will deal with mature themes, including death, loss, suicide, and grief, all of which I hit in our cold open. Great. In our setting is recovering from a 30-year civil war over religious differences. It may get dark sometimes, and there's no shame in bowing out if it's not a place your head can go at the moment. I also, oh, no, was from last week when we had a bunch of games premiering. So without further ado, I'm going to have our savvy swashbucklers introduce themselves, starting with Arthur.
Hello, I am Arthur. I am playing Arthur Wolf. I am the Scarred Adventurer. I got that almost backwards. I almost got that backwards. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to say, and words are hard. Yeah. So tonight I am playing Arthur Wolf. And it's twice in a row. It must be Winterfest. Otherwise, you'll find me on our alternate Wednesdays running our Oracle Force campaign. So come see us next time. I've got a bunch of ridiculous stuff planned that I'm going to emotionally abuse our players with. Otherwise, you'll find me on Thursday playing Noel Harper. I am coming back. I've just been sick. And finally, that's it. You can also find me working with the wonderful Sarah and Rock Paper Fox and Tango Productions to bring stuff and or things to your faces or ears or other ways you enjoy media. I don't know how else you enjoy media aside from looking or listening to it, but you do you. Um, yeah, no. I always forget if this is a hot potato or if this is a
Hot potato.
oh fantastic, and I'm going to send it to the person who answered my question.
Yeah, it's hot
Take it away,
potato unless
advisor.
Runa's eating, and then it goes to Runa.
Yeah. So yeah, I am Bison underscore Stonefist. I'm here a lot, less than usual, but more than you'd think. I'm a regular on this channel, and I haunt the Discord almost like all the time because I have no life. Tonight I am playing Gav Sack of Toys the Grin, our lovable back alley Batman, and Sewer Surf and Santa Energy guy. On Mondays, I will be playing Bofides Caridia, our humble servant of Hephaestus and resident not brain cell owner. Um, However, I'm going to be away this week for Pandora's Gift. I am in the Suncast, which happens in the afternoon on the West Coast as opposed to the evening. Uh, I can't remember what time it starts. I think it's 1 o'clock, sometime around there. Watch the Discord and you'll find out. Um, and on Thursdays, I am in the City of Mist campaign Deviant Paradox as Garrett Sakes, our resident emo kid. And yeah, that's pretty much all he is. He's just sort of an emo kid with like superpowers. That's kind of how City of Mist works. We don't know what's going on. We think we do, but we don't. We really friggin' don't. Um, but yeah, that's all I'm doing right now. So I'm going to throw it to Honoring.
Hello, I am Blaze of Gloriosa, better known around here as Glory. I added to my list of nicknames my very angry producer, just because that cracked me up. I produce on this channel 2 nights a week, on alternate Wednesdays for our Masks, the New Generation game Oracle Force, which is airing this coming week. We hope. Also, Trauma, you said they're going to the mall.
Yeah.
I have a question about the malls that you've been to, actually.
Have you been to West End?
My question
I was about
Explains a
to
lot.
say,
include what the
Yeah.
fuck?
What I
hate
want to
that
know is how
place.
nice are your malls that you've never been traumatized at one?
Jacob's definitely
Exactly.
been to West Edmonton Mall.
I lived in Edmonton. I've been to
Yeah,
West Edmonton,
exactly.
yes.
I also produce on Thursdays for our City of Mist campaign, Deviant Paradox. You can catch me in front of the camera 1 night a week on my own channel, streaming games, probably info dumping. And then tonight, as honoring better taste in men than my sister cease to cease. Um, that's all from me. I'm gonna hot potato it over to Ruth.
Hi, I'm Ruth. I am here today as. Sorry, I have an intro. Let me not fuck with it. Hi, I'm Ruth. You found me. You can find me here on Monday in the Pandora's Gift Suncast as Xenon Alcides, Cleric of Nyx. I didn't take out Tuesday. Alternate Wednesdays in our Oracle Force game as Trek, other physics-based bullshit. Thursdays as Nora, my girlfriend was just fine, Avalon, in our Deviant Paradox game. And today, Sunday, as Runa Ingvild's daughter.
Ma'am, define fine, because...
Oh, she was totally fine. I had no reason to worry about her.
It was great.
She's just fine. I'm gonna pass it on over to Usura's ass.
That's right. It's me, Bat Kyle. You find me today playing Len, the ass of Asura and the Wizard of Oz, Costin, who has spent a lot of time as an owl lately. Otherwise, you can find me in the Discord being a menace, in the chat of most of these games being a menace. I do have a probably either one shot or like short shot, another horror game coming up that I'm getting ready to put out the call for. And otherwise, you can't find me anywhere else because my mental health cannot handle too much social media. So let's go over to Rory.
Hey, everybody. My name is Rory. It's always a pleasure to be here on this wonderful Sunday evening with these wonderful people playing this wonderful game. You can find me here, obviously, today as everyone's favorite winter soldier boy,
You!
Hans
Ho, ho,
Reifenstahl.
ho.
And you can also catch me here along with my fellow Oracle Force cast members on alternating Wednesdays. Me particularly playing the angsty, unstable who decided it was a good idea to give this person the genetics for gravity powers, graviton. They hope they don't explode. And that's kind of it. You can catch up on that show on YouTube because it's awesome and a lot of fun. Do it now. And who's next? There's one person next. Sarah, go.
I was slightly hoping I was being forgotten. Hey, y'all. My name is Sarah. I go by Sans on the Discord.
We
I
didn't even
can-
say anything.
No, I just see all of you going, I'm on this channel 3.5 nights a week. I am here as Rosa Nix. Oh, there's so many bad decisions and so many good decisions. Monday, I am part of the Pandora's Gift Nightcast as Clarity Palace, the best healer ever. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep repeating it.
She's not sorry.
No. No. On our Wednesday game Mask, Oracle Force, I play Nightwish. I made a whole shit ton of jam, and none of it was good. And our Thursday game, City Mist, Deviant Paradox, I am the DM of the Chaos, and I am still so sorry for what happened to Nora.
I'm literally so fine about it.
Oh, I know. I know what Nora's not. Other than that, you can find me over on Tango Productions working with the Scarred Adventurer and Rock Paper Fox on stuff and things that'll come out eventually. And I'll be giving it back to our wonderful story keeper, Ciosa.
I am Ciosa. I am the storyteller here on Sunday nights for Shadow of the Wachtturm. Much like Bad Kyle, I am just not one for social media. So if you want to find me, you can find me here on the Discord. You can find me here on Twitch on Sundays. And I'm afraid that's about it. But come join our Discord. It is an awesome community to be in. It is one of the healthiest and most supportive places I have ever been. And if that sounds like your jam, we would love to have you. So let me get back into it. We kind of, we've closed out of like Alejandra stepping out of the bear house, going out to distribute some food. And our camera focuses back in on Rosa kind of hurrying down the street with, her presence to get back to the bear house, and crossing paths with Honorine on the way, who has her own armfuls of gifts. I do want to ask, is Honorine inviting anybody from the Slice to Slice family to join with the gift exchange?
I think they would have had like their own gift exchange. Like they would have probably no, probably not.
Okay. Then there is a gift that Jemay has given to Honorine to give to Rosa and another to give to Len.
And another what?
To give to Len.
Oh.
But we will I will kind of, you guys are in the riverfront area headed towards the bear house, and I think there was some conversation that Honorine had in mind, so I'm going to give the opportunity to do that now before they're back at the bear house and surrounded by people. So
Did you with Alejandra?
No, with Rosa.
Oh.
Honoring's crossing paths with Rosa on the way back.
Oh. Rosa is also arms full of gifts, right? In theory.
Yeah. She has. Ow. Yeah, she has a box for everybody.
Yeah, so Honoring who also has various sizes of boxes for everybody. Wow, I don't actually know how she's carrying all of that now that I look at my list, but
Yeah, same.
So,
okay, so I think maybe
the gift from
stop it.
Jemay to Len is actually fairly large, so let's assume she has a cart.
I was
Because
just gonna say it, like I think she got a cart. That's why I said stop it, because I'm not done. So I think she's coming along, pulling a cart, like a little hand or pushing a hand cart or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, you can put yours here. You can put yours in mine. To keep track of, I guess, which ones. Don't mix them up."
It's a little sled.
I love that idea.
Yeah, it's very when you put the boxes, I think of Honorines next to Rosa's. It's so clear who's his
Probably so, because Honorine has brought the Montaigne to the gift giving. So there's like ribbons on it. There's like little like pieces of fabric. There's like she actually like took the time to like I don't know that there's necessarily gift wrapping because paper is like expensive and that would be not something she'd spend her money on, but like I think there's like little decorations and stuff on the boxes and maybe like hand lettering and stuff like that. I assume Rosa didn't do that.
No. If anything, she probably found like red or white boxes and just put them in like the boxes as plainly as they are.
They're just all shoe boxes.
Yeah, effectively. These are found boxes.
Good. Okay, good. It shouldn't fall out. She's
Found
gonna
boxes. One of them's a crab trap.
No. I promise no.
It's still a little damp from the harbor.
Oh, this is cast chat. I'm gonna have to put away cast chat now. I can't trust you guys.
This is the only time you're vulnerable. You keep it up.
With green eyes. Sorry. So Honoring like kind of slides her arm around Rosa and just kind of like squishes her close. And she's like, "How are you?" Really?
Trying to accept everything. Just trying to be all right with expecting you guys. And with the possibility of a war on the way.
I mean, it's already war.
True.
It may not have broken out everywhere, but I mean, if you read never mind. Anyway. Are you looking forward to Gav's wedding? Hopefully he and Hennel are, before the...
I think Gav's wedding is going to be beautiful.
What about yours?
I just hope to get there.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't yet.
Is he going to?
I don't know. We've talked about it, but
And Honorine has this. I think Rosa and Honorine have had enough conversations that Honorine, her like, I'm trying to figure out how to like phrase something face is probably pretty obvious.
you can just say it. You know I don't mind honesty.
I don't. I'm sure you've already had enough people telling you what to do and telling you where to go and telling you what you need to do. And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you don't have to commit to a man who is not committed to you, who's not willing to commit to you. You have other options, and you can put off certain things until you're ready.
Rosa kind of just walks in silence for a moment. When I first thought that I was expecting, I did think of possibly seeing an apothecary. Considering my bloodline and my fears, but the more I've come to see you and everyone as my family, I don't feel as scared.
You're never going to be by yourself. You're never going to be on your own. I won't let that happen.
And I don't know what's coming next.
If you did, I would ask you a lot of questions. I would have very many of them for you.
I have many questions as well. But I know with the council, I'll be all right.
I know you will. I just I'm glad that you considered your options. I'm glad to hear that you sometimes the Vaticine influence or moral I don't know. I don't know what you've grown up with. I don't know.
No, the Vadachi would not be all right with me considering my options.
Yeah, I suspected that given everything.
But I can say I've not as much Vadachi as I once was. I mean, my sister is from Montaigne, and my hopeful husband to be, maybe, is from Usurin.
Well, he really needs to get his shit together. I don't know that she phrases it like that. I just don't know how else to say it. He needs to get his beavers in a row.
I I I don't know if what Len is thinking.
God,
but,
I hope not.
um one of the things I got him, since it's not exactly Vodachi, but it is very Vodachi at the same time, is a promise ring. I promise that he has my heart.
That's really sweet. I mean, I don't have to like him, but what matters is that you do.
No. But if
No?
I can change my mind about Arthur, maybe you can change your mind about Len.
Len. Len
Is infuriating and stubborn.
yes, all of this
hot-headed.
is what I was going to say is that it doesn't matter if he takes care of you. If he is loyal and protective and he cares about you and you care about him and he treats you in a way that doesn't let you down, that's I honestly don't care about the rest. And if he ever doesn't do those things, I suspect I'm not the only one who will be upset with him.
Oh, you don't have to worry. If he were to ever hurt me, we both know how badly his strength can go.
Yeah. Although I hope you wouldn't mess with your strengths to mess with his. I don't want your strengths to go badly either.
One of the things about Strega magic is I have to give up luck when I give it to others. It's why I don't fight. I give my luck in fighting to those who are better at it.
You give and you give. Speaking of giving, I don't want to do this around everyone else. But I brought, and she like kind of touches like a satchel she has. I brought your wretched journal. Dug it out from under the bed and unlatched it from the 16 belts I had around the stupid thing.
Grazie.
Are you sure you want it back?
I think, again, I believe in the council.
I mean, I trust you, and it's very tempting to just tell you no, that you can't have it back. That it's you gave it to me and you trusted it to me, and I'm not giving it back. But that would really not be doing good by the trust that you showed in me in giving it to me in the first place. So, under mild protest, I'm giving it back to you, but I really hope that you know what you're doing with it, because even without the connection to it, it was horrible to have in my house.
See, it's not a fun thing to have, but if I can keep an eye on her, I feel like maybe. Nope, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Maybe it might be a key to destroying her.
I think I would have preferred Mab, but it's your choice. Like a lot of things. Anjay says Happy Winterfest, by the way.
You two, and she absolutely like kind of elbows her a little bit, getting serious.
I can't think about that right now. There's too much. But
She
went directly into a mob attacked capital because I asked her to. So that seems pretty serious, honestly.
Just a little.
I really care about her.
I can tell.
Yeah. Don't tell Grandma.
Oh, trust me, I'm not.
Yeah. Cast chat just is popping off, you guys.
It's popping off, and
What
it's
the
so
fuck?
dangerous.
You have to stop it with the gifts.
I think we'll cut there to
Yeah.
so I think everybody else is probably arriving with a +1. Except I don't think Len is. He's coming by himself, right?
No
but
plus
I
one for
imagine Gav's
Len.
coming with Hannelore. Hans is probably coming. I'm drawing blanks on names right now. His sister.
Yeah, he's bringing Anna.
And Bruno with Sora and Brandy.
And Mama.
Mom. Bruno's
And-
got the +3.
And Mead Mountain.
Yeah,
Or
Bruno
whatever.
might have a plus a lot. Like Mom, Dad, Jira, Sora, and Brandy. Because she also has gifts for them too. So like, is it okay that I invite them guys?
I mean, I'll have to set another set of her places, but you know, it's fine. No, never mind me working so hard in the kitchen to get everything ready.
We have plenty of food, Arthur.
That's not anything Arthur says. He's just happy to have people eat his food.
And Gav has Hannelore and Len's probably coming on his own. There's a ton of merriment going around. The Bear House like cast and crew are, they're all exchanging gifts and stuff like that. It is not a thing that like not getting somebody a gift is a snub, because there's an understanding that there's like a limited amount of income and time.
And there's so many people.
And there's kind of like desserts and food just like everywhere. It's not like we're getting together, we're eating all at one time. It's kind of like we're snacking constantly throughout this on just like whatever is at hand. Geff put in cast chat up here as a gift. Like for those who like kind of casually know each other, buying each other a drink is like a totally fine like Winterfest gift. So is there anybody that wants to go first? Because we do have we have like an hour and a half left, and I want to kind of give everybody a chance to kind of like, do their gifts, but I want to kind of go everybody like at one, give all of their gifts at once. So
Ruth has been excited about this for 2 weeks now. Please, can we please, like, I know Back Kyle raised his hand, but like Ruth has been squirming for over a week.
I will go with the order that I got gift lists. because I got one from Runa like during the last game, and she was ready to go when Arthur was. So she's gonna beat you to the punch there, Len. Yeah, how big is her pile of like gifts, by the way? Just
Are we unmuted? Okay. She comes in with a wheelbarrow that she asked Mac if she could borrow, like from the blacksmith.
all right.
And there's like, and you can still see like stuff kind of like stacked. And there's a sheet over it.
Yeah, he was happy to loan her that. So there is an enormous pile of gifts. You can go ahead and you can start like as she's handing them out, describing if there's any particular like wrapping or notes or anything that goes with them. I'm gonna sneak in some NPCs like giving like a gift here and there throughout. So
I didn't think about notes. I don't think she had time for notes. All of these gifts are handmade. Okay.
so Runa still smells like Forge by the time she showed up.
Yeah. And like her hands, you can tell that she's been working. They're probably a bit calloused.
A lot of slivers.
A lot of slivers.
Yeah, I think her gift from Jera, by the way, is just like a large glass bottle of lotion for her hands. So
Okay. For Gav, because as soon as she uncovers it, he can just see this easel. And on the easel, she has some really cool like Vestin carvings on it. Kind of the maker's signature, if you will. So yeah, it's a decent sized easel for Gav. For Rosa, she made a little gothic trinket for her altar. In brackets on my list, it's I assume she has one. With a question mark. For Len, there's like a smallish carved bear trinket that she can make into a pendant if he wants. For Honorine, she has made her like a handmade journal about like this size. And it's about like Vesting culture because she knows that Honorine loves to read and learn.
That's really rad.
Yeah, like it's handwritten.
there might be some notes from Ingvild added into it as well.
Probably, and you can tell the difference between their handwriting. For Hans, she has a dagger with a blackened blade. And some like small carvings on the handle. And for Arthur, she has a small wooden coin pendant with intricate carvings on it because she sees him always wearing the coin. So she wanted to make him another one.
He immediately puts it on.
This pleases Runa, yes. Now for the NPCs. For Ingvild, she has made like a small carving of the Revenge. For Geralt, an explorer style dagger with a small design carved on the handle. Jiris, she made like a woodcutting axe with nice Vesting carvings on the handle. For Sora, she made herself and Sora a matching pendant. And for Brandy, she's made a small dagger for her runes. A beginner's dagger.
Okay. Jairus has made like small gifts for everybody. It's like the same gift that he's done like several times over. And they're all little like about yay big Western style long chefs. Does that make sense? But they're designed so you could like put snacks in them and just kind of have them sitting on a table. Like that's about the size of them. They all have like different snacks in them at the moment too. Mostly like candied things and sugary treats. So
Awesome.
Putting all of these into my equipment list because I don't have anything that I need equipment otherwise. So.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Sora is Brandy is already kind of like running around like fighting people with her wooden dagger.
No, it's metal.
It's
So
okay,
it's
yeah.
for carving her runes. It's a real dagger. Brandy, no.
What have you got?
Real
A
dagger, real
knife!
dagger.
I think there's a point where she doesn't expect it to be sharp and she just sort of like sticks Gav in the leg and then like she draws blood and she just immediately like
Don't tell mom. Don't tell mom.
Mom's
and like
there. Mom
just puts
probably
both her
saw
hands
it.
on it and she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to find that GIF after. I have the GIF of the picture of Idicus doing the knife meme that Robin did.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I still love that.
Oh my lord.
Maybe
Oh, it's the
She
really
did,
flashy one, right? Oh.
she did ask Sora if that would be okay.
Yeah, Sora thought it would be fine, and now she's kind of like looking at Brandy like I might have been mistaken.
May have
I
misjudged.
think we need to talk to her about guidelines and rules with, well, wielding a sharp weapon.
Yeah, she genuinely didn't think they would hand her a sharp knife. So.
That was my mistake.
And she is treating it with a great deal more care now. And is sort of like running through the bear house looking for like a Winterfest gift to give to Gav.
And I'm sorry gift.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
sorry I stabbed you in the leg.
Sorry, I stabbed you. Oddly appropriate.
Yeah. So Len is up next.
Yep. And we'll start with the child. For Brandy, because Len also got something for Brandy. He got her a little child-sized pirate hat to wear. He didn't know about the dagger or anything, but seemed like it would be cute. She'll outgrow it pretty quickly, but kids. For Runa, he actually got some imported lemongrass and ginger mead and cherry mead.
Mm.
Wasn't easy, was definitely expensive, but seemed like a good gift. Let's see. For Hannelore, he got a small illustrated book of Asuran fairy tales because Hannelore likes books as well and has kids out in the way. And if she translates them, she can probably also figure out a way to make them less horrible because Russian fairy tales are terrifying.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Are there so is the book of fairy tales, does it have illustrations in it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you see Hannelore like flipping through it, and a few times she kind of like just
Then
very much
again,
like, oh my.
Then again, the German fairy tales weren't a whole lot better, so she's probably like, all right.
That's true. They definitely have like, I mean, I think we've told some of the Eisen ones about, the Scott and Man and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I still
let's
feel like
see.
Baba
The
Yaga
di-
trounces those.
The
though.
difference between the darkness of an Eisen fairy tale and an Asuran fairy tale is the length of detail the Asurans go into. It's like, why is this part 5 pages long?
Because you really need to embrace the darkness and pain and terror. You just do, trust me. And then
Okay.
for Gav, what?
I just said okay.
For Gav, Len got him a set of fine charcoal pencils and a new sketchbook. Like instead of just actual charcoal, very well made pencils. Let's see. Then for Hans, we got a mix of sleep aid teas,
Ooh.
different
He needs
blends
that.
that are
Very
supposed to
nice.
help for sleep. And for Anna, since he wasn't really sure what to get her. Doesn't know her very well. He got her a traditional Usuran Matryoshka doll. She might be a little old for it, but it's really nicely painted, and they're just kind of fun. Let's see. Then for
Just
honoring,
imagining. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just imagining that it's the Matryoshka doll is just Len. The first one's a bear. It opens up, then there's Len. You open it up, and there's a cat, and you open it up, and there's an owl.
You know, every other one it's Len.
Just increasingly
Because he
smaller
has to
lens.
change back
Yeah,
first.
but the ass
You're
doesn't
right,
get
you're
any
right.
smaller, so you know. But no, it's traditional Usuran. That's actually, we'll go for Arthur next. Got him a bottle of Usuran vodka, like the good stuff. And since these were around in the time, just not widely used, a set of gutta percha mouth guards, which was the kind of the precursor to rubber that were meant to protect the teeth better than biting on a sponge or some of the other ways you could do that.
Arthur thanks you and says, "So far, I've just been using leather."
I mean, more power to you, my friend, but I came
And
across
on one
these-
very bad occasion, I used a wooden spoon.
You still have your teeth. It's wow. All right.
All of them, all
Oh.
7.
Not great on the counting. All right.
He smiles, and it's like a tie domey smile.
Now Arthur does
Oh,
have all his
gone.
teeth. I'm just,
Yeah.
you know,
Let's see.
Arthur is very good at hitting people enough that they don't hit him back to
Yep.
lose teeth.
For honorine, it's Cerusian perfume, vanilla, orange blossom, bergamot, and musk.
What did you say? A Cerusian?
Whatever you
Cheers.
fake French
Oh,
people
Cerusian.
are.
Oh, I got it. Okay. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was
okay,
trying
the
to
capital.
understand.
It's all right. It's all right.
The equivalent of Parisian.
The equivalent priest. Yeah. And then for Rosa, he also has a bottle of perfume. This one, bergamot, lemon, rose, mint, and a touch of sandalwood. So I did a bunch of research on Renaissance era perfumes, but around the neck of it, just under the stopper, is a ring. And I'm going to go ahead and put this out here just so you know, I had this planned since October. And
I can back him up. He's been talking about like the rig and stuff like that, like since Gab got married. Like,
I
Gab proposed.
Don't believe you, actually.
I can show you the chat.
Nope. Forgery.
Hater.
Hater.
That's what I
AI
do.
generated AI.
AI.
But he kind of takes the ring and he was like, I've been waiting for a special occasion for this. I don't know if it's the best bet, your best gift that I can give you, but it's one you absolutely deserve if you'll accept it. Rosa Nix, I know my mouth runs away with me. I know I can be stubborn and take risks, but I can't imagine a life without you. And I want to be there for our child, even if we have to, slap Meemaw down to make sure that he or she is safe. Will you marry me?
Of course.
There is an
Eh.
ear-piercing shriek from Veronica, like across and
Honorine just
immediate like
very-
applause from her.
Honoring just like very, very gently is just like, shh, not yet, not yet,
Yeah.
not yet.
Yep. The ring is silver with little golden foxes on the band running up to a ruby, not a diamond, a ruby. And inside the band, it's picked out also in gold the words, "Our hearts and fates intertwined." And he'll slide the ring and possibly be buried in a lunging Rosa. I'm not sure how this is going to go.
At first, she's like shocked because she like gives Honorine like a look, like like this was not my magic. Did you do this? Almost type of look, and then it's just like, oh my god, this is real. Holy shit! And when she goes, of course, and that's when she gives him a hug.
Yep, and he's totally going to scoop her up and spin her around carefully, of course, but and the kiss and just the whole thing. He's like,
Veronica
this thing-
gives Honorine a look like, can we squeal now?
And yeah, I was just gonna say, like, she's gonna take her hand off of Veronica's mouth
3,
now.
2,
It's-
1.
Yeah, it's like somebody hits the unmute. Just like,
She doesn't ever
Arthur-
stop screaming. It's like, "Ah!"
Arthur is very carefully and very quickly given everyone a drink and just went, yeah, this is one of those things. He's leaving Len and Rosa mostly to themselves so that they can spin around and goes, Slancha!
Len also brought a bunch of praniki. They're pretty much the Russian version of gingerbread. They're honey and spice cookies to pass out.
You're doing this, and you didn't bring me gingerbread before this session.
Oh.
Like what?
He's like, I can't win.
I can't take care of everything. I scoop the cat poops on a regular basis, and I'm getting dragged for not bringing gingerbread.
Well, yeah.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna throw in Jimmy's gift to Rosa and Len here, unless Honoree's withholding them.
No.
So Jimmy's gift to Rosa is it's a very lovely like rosewood box that when she opens it up, she realizes is like a Montaigne noblewoman's idea of a makeup kit. Like it has multiple unfolding like boxes, and it's absolutely got enough makeup in it to probably last several years. And there is a note that is attached to the mirror on the inside of it that says, always see yourself through the eyes of those who love you.
And Honorine is going to give Rosa a hug after she opens it and kind of whisper in her ear, like, well, he finally did something right.
He does a lot right.
Yeah, I do.
That was whispered in her ear.
Keen senses, baby. Keen senses.
I don't care. I don't care.
Fine.
The gift to Len is actually a spear that has a metal shaft that's telescoping, so it can be shrunk down to like the size of like basically like a short sword, and then like the staff itself can be like snapped out to be the length of a regular spear. It
Very nice.
loses a little bit in durability by being set up that way. And there's a word in Montaigne that is inscribed into the side of it, which is producteur. And Gav actually called it, the translation of it from French is grower.
That wasn't
Very nice,
intentional.
thank you.
But
This will definitely come in handy.
So the spear, by the way, will basically have like a -5 target number on any knack that's like a check to kind of like try to break it or something like that. But it is concealable, which is
Useful.
Very useful in his line of work. Yeah.
yeah, since spears in general tend not to be.
And that's Len. That's what he had.
Okay. Who would like to go next? Go ahead, Rosa.
So Rosa gives out the boxes, and then tells everyone to open them together. For Brandy, because she ended up she ended up getting Brandy 1 at the same time she got Bruno 1.
Everyone loves the kid.
Yes. Which is a siren masquerade mask.
Hmm.
For Runa, it is a kraken masquerade mask.
Hmm.
Just to kind of give it away, everyone on the council got a mask like Rosa's.
cool.
But each one is picked out based upon who they are. So Honorine's is a phoenix. Hans is a lion. Gav's is a Verschlagen. And where did my mouse go so I can pull the rest up of my notes? Arthur is a wolf. And when Len opens his, on top of a bear masquerade mask is a gold ring. If he pulls it out to look at it, she says, I got it to promise that you had my heart.
Great minds think alike. I love it. Just slide it on.
And that's she's like, and that's it. If you want, I can explain it, but yeah.
Thank you. These are really nice.
She's so like nervous because she does not know if anyone likes.
She gets hugs. Honoring's
all
getting
around.
better at hugs.
Immediately tries it on.
So does
Arthur's
Runa.
put his on as well. What? Do we like it? Wait, actually, god damn it, I have something.
Yo, dog, I
Props.
heard you like masks.
Oh, wrong way, but yeah. It's over the
Masquerades are usually.
Oh, I'm aware. This is what I've got though.
This is
That's
this
fair.
is the prop we're using.
This
This
is
is the prop
muffled.
we have.
Stops him from drinking, but you know, that's his fault. That's his problem.
His "you've had too much" muzzle.
There's a tiny anecdote about that. One of my friends bought one of those like gamer masks that's supposed to make you quieter because his parents kept getting pissed at him when he was playing with us late at night.
Nice.
That's funny.
It's great. I love it.
So yeah, if the party ever needs to go to a masquerade, they are covered.
Sick.
Oh,
I think
Wait, these
Gav
are
would
supposed to
go
keep
next.
us surprised and not to. Oh, subterfuge.
Yeah,
Gav's going next.
yeah, so it's Gav and Hannelore, mixing two people together. And he just sort of like admits like Hannelore gave me a lot of assistance, so I believe that we are kind of giving these gifts together. To Honorine, they give it's a set of warm weather clothes because she's not used to an ice in winter, and she's probably freezing in those Montaigne dresses.
She immediately puts the scarf on.
Yeah. And Gav gives her a book of sketches of herself in everything Gav's ever seen her in. Like all of the fancy dresses she's been in, all of the like the riding clothes, just sketches he's made of the adventures so far. And they're all just like kind of like sort of like fashion sketches.
That's cool.
To Hans, he gives him a travel pillow that sort of like wraps around the arm for like naps whenever you need them. And Hannelore gives him a book of like historical Eisen battles.
Ooh.
Like just sort of like, it includes like parts of the 30 Years' War from before then, just great battles throughout Eisen history and how it went down.
Nice.
For Runa, and it's kind of for Jor as well. It's a set of fishing gear.
Not that guy.
No, not Jor.
Jor's the shit ass.
George's very dead.
Jairus, fuck.
Names are hard.
Names are
Yeah.
hard, especially when they
Remember
start with the same
Jor?
letter.
Jor is terrible, and Jer is not a Jer asshole.
Yeah.
It's fishing gear for two, designed that it can be easily stowed on a ship. And also includes a formal request from Gav and Hannelore to have Runa marry them at sea.
So you don't just want her ship, you want her to marry you guys.
You're a captain. Captains have that right. And it would be kind of weird to ask, to borrow your boat and not ask the captain to come with it.
She would have offered it.
Yeah. The request also on the other side is a sketch of the Revenge with Runa at the helm. In like just for Arthur, he comes up to him and he says, "It is tradition when someone moves to Freiburg, that is perhaps a traveler, that they have something from home and something from here, so that they will always have something fond to remember." So Gav hands Arthur a proper Eisen drinking stein. It's iron reinforced, so when you do toasts, you don't damage your stein. And Hannelore gives him a book of Innish poetry.
I will use one of these immediately. The other one I'm very excited about. I just can't really use in a dinner setting.
For when you think of home.
Thank you. The pair of you are wonderful people.
For Rosa,
Lore interjection. She says, "I do have some questions on some of the pronunciations."
Yes, you see, that one's Skalald.
She says later.
For Rosa, Gav gives her a silk bag for her tarot cards. I've sometimes heard them clatter to the floor, and from what I know, dropping your tarot cards is bad luck, huh?
See, very.
So, a bag.
Grazie.
And it's silk, and it's sort of like black and purple, and has they're all the tower, and has like a spiderweb pattern on it. And a set of baby clothes from Hannelore. And as she's handing them to her, she whispers, "Gav tells me everything."
I'm not surprised.
And lastly, Len. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really know what to get Len. So what we got here is some high energy trail mix for Len when he's on those long bird trips. He has something to, replenish himself when he gets there. And a collection of cat toys for the litter he's eventually going to have from the mama cat that he's taking care of.
There's Hannelore has also gotten Len a very small cat sweater for the winter, including like little snowflakes on it and stuff like that.
Thank you. She will fight me every step of the way, but she will wear this at least once.
She says, "Oh, I got it for you for when you're."
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Comes with little booties.
She says, "Gav says you're short haired. I figured the winters were just very."
I love her.
Adorable.
That is adorable.
Before the next person goes, can I quickly interject?
Yeah.
First, I forgot about a thing. Runa would have like a little note, kind of just like lightly taped to the easel that says, "Thanks for introducing me to my dad." And in response to the formal request, she, like, with the biggest smile, she looks to Gavin Hannelore and goes, "I would love nothing more." Yes.
Yeah, it's just beaming.
Good feels all around.
Who would like to go next?
Hans does.
I was gonna say I defer to you, but sure.
If you're deferring, I'm letting you go.
Okay. I feel bad. I forgot about most of the NPCs.
There are a lot of them, and we can like. I'm not assuming that not having something ready here doesn't mean you don't actually have something.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense?
These are the notable gifts. Yeah, so he's rolled up with like a giant, a similar giant sack of stuff that I assume what Gav has dragged in, and starts handing out stuff that's wrapped in old issues of the Freeburg Gazette and whatnot. So to Gav gives a lumpily wrapped thing, and once he opens it, it's a set of thick winter gloves with like a reinforced knuckle, so he can still punch good in the cold without his hand specifically getting cold. It's two of the same glove. Because I'd imagine Hans is like, I imagine your Syneth hand does not get cold, same as your flesh hand does. So it is two of the same one in case you wear the first one out. Len, this is actually pretty timely. It hands him a smaller item, and it is a very, very high quality whetstone.
Oh, wonderful. I needed to replace that one, so this will come in handy. Thank you, sir.
With the new spear, yeah. Good timing. Here we go. Arthur's gift is a very like thick, sturdy walking stick. And I mean, I know that Logan has been sending you on all these travels and whatnot, so I figured something to assist you could be nice. And it's got like leather wraps and a couple like little trinkets and baubles attached to it.
If I can add on to that thing that you're giving him, Arthur is going to go, where did you, how did you find a shillelagh?
There is one very, very good importer of definer woods and stuff here in the city. He may even be maybe from somewhere similar as you. I don't know. His work is incredible. I can introduce you. I can
please
show you his place. Yeah,
fascinating.
Yeah. Specializes in all of the imported woods and stuff like that. It's a remarkable place, yes. And it's the guy whose shop has now been abandoned for a bit.
That's actually a florist, and she's gone for a while. And
okay, I was thinking of that. Okay, I remembered that part differently. Here we go. There's okay.
It just made sense to me that it would be a shillelagh. So just.
Oh yeah, that's I love it. What's that next? Okay, here we go. Next box or next package hands to Runa. It's a nice wooden box, fabric lined, filled with just about the nicest like woodworking tools you can get that aren't Drakenisen.
Thank you.
Like full set of their like multiple sizes of chisels, or like 2 different sizes of ball peen hammer, planes, the works.
Thank you, Arthur. My tool. No. Hello. Sorry, I was looking at you, but I could see Arthur Arthur's name in the corner, and that kind of just my brain went.
Arthur, my
Um,
tool. Thank you so much.
Look, the tool that I have that I can donate to people is not one that really comes attached from me, so
Phrasing.
no.
Thank you, Hans. My chisels were getting quite dull.
I'd imagined you'd won through a few of them by now. All of the sets and stuff. Oh.
Not cheap to replace.
Hopefully these ones will last you a good while.
Thank you.
All right. Who next? Here we go. Rosa, I admit I did not quite know what would suit you best. So I've got your hands are like a smaller wrapped package. It's a small mix of different incenses. I found at a few shops around the city. There is some like the shopkeeper described some of them as like a more not dark, but a thick spice kind of mysterious scent. I thought could be good for your shop. And then there's a few lighter ones for your home as well.
Grazie.
Honorin's like side-eyeing the tools after Runa gets them, like, oh, what you got there? Those are nice.
They are, yes.
And last of the player character gifts hands Honorine a large wrapped book that upon unwrapping is an anthology of Crescent folklore, mythology, and like some history as well.
Oh my gosh, she's got so many books. This is amazing.
She has a lot of reading to do.
This is amazing. She's obviously overjoyed and just, wow, this is amazing. This is great.
And then I think at home before they had left to come here, he'd gotten Anna like a new set of like proper winter boots. I can't imagine she'd had some in a while. And a nice new sweater for Otto. That's everything.
The spider?
No.
Oh
no, his disabled war boyfriend.
Oh, he's Ocho. Oh. I'm sorry. Originally, the spider was Otto.
I think so.
And
the spider has a similar name.
Yeah.
Spider's name is Otto.
But
yeah, and I think that is the same
Ocho.
name as Hans's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could just see Hans though in the place is like very small. No, like actual spider small. 8 little arms.
No, it is an actual an actual spider. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I've been trying to see if I wrote it down somewhere. I cannot remember Hans's sister's name at the moment.
Anna?
It's just Anna.
Anna?
Yeah, with one N specifically.
That's right.
I don't know why I picked it that way.
Thank you. And I'm going to make a note on that on your character sheet just so the next time I forget.
She has a tendency to sing about wanting to build a snowman.
See, I was going with Anna, Batgirl.
I'm making a note in your notes.
Nice.
Hans comes to work one day, it's just surrounded by little snowmen with stick spears and helmets.
This is the new guard.
So Anna having no employment and not really feeling super comfortable about borrowing more money than necessary from Hans, only has a gift for Honorine, because of she took her out on the shopping trip and stuff like that. So I think that's the one person she's kind of had a little bit of a bond with. And she has gotten Honorine a court fan, the kind that's used for communication and calling for assistance and stuff. It's absolutely not a tradition in Eisen, you know what I'm saying? But she had read about it, and so she's picked out one, and
amazing.
In the same colors as one of the dresses that she knows Honorine favors.
Honorine also got her something that is Hans done? I don't want to step on any Hans toes.
That was all of them, yeah.
Okay. So Honorine's gifts, if that's okay, Siosa.
Yeah, go
assuming
ahead.
I'm not cutting you off. So for Anna, she got a shawl, an over like that goes over the shoulders. Like I feel like when we say shawl now, it sounds like old lady wear, but like obviously at the time not. But it's not a winter shawl. It's basically like a very fine, like the kind of garment that Anna probably would never have been allowed to have, but which she would have had if she had grown up like in her um birthright. So like it's a very fine like ladies silk shawl that will not be any use until spring. But so she got her that, and so she gives that to either to Anna when she gives the fan, or to Hans to give to Anna or whatever. For Hans himself, she has a little like silver brooch for him that is a very kind of ornately monogrammed R. So it's like a monogram brooch, but like R instead of whatever his old whatever
It was
you want.
Ulrich, so it would have been a
Yeah.
U originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I think you probably need to start collecting things that have this on it instead of the U.
Well, time is quick approaching.
Yes.
This is lovely. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's like a cloak brooch. Like it's not just a little lady's brooch.
Yeah.
It's like a for Arthur, she has a pewter flask and a bottle of Montaigne cognac. She's like the third person to get him alcohol.
Arthur is excited every time.
For
We know what
Gav,
our friends like.
I know. We know that Arthur is an alcoholic and he needs to be fed.
And Honorine is a
Um,
nerd and needs books.
Clearly.
The
For
worst part is
Gav,
Arthur can't actually get drunk off his alcoholism.
she got a so he had to give the hat back, or he gave the hat back. So she's like, I know that you haven't had a hat since you gave the one back to the Wakund. So she got him like a very fancy hat. Like extremely, like there's flourishes, there's a feather, there's like it's a very nice hat.
When last she was at court, peacock feathers were very in for men's hats. Is it full peacock feather? Or has
Yeah,
she gone with something
probably.
else?
He's got a Musketeers tricorn, and I love it.
Yes. He has a very fancy and then for Hannelore, she gives Hannelore a page cutter for, like, you know how the old school books had to like slice open the pages from the way that they were bound before you read them. So it looks kind of like a letter opener. It's the same idea. It's just a very nice one. For Len, she kind of takes him aside a little bit, like during the revelry and stuff, and gives him it's a small bottle of cologne, and if he opens it and smells it, it actually smells more like cedar oil than anything else. And she's going to mention to him, like, this is similar to what the orchestra puts on their instruments to preserve them when they oil up their instruments, so it smells like music, basically.
I like it. Thank you.
Good. And for Rosa, she got a song commissioned, so like it's a little scroll case that she pulls the little scroll out of and kind of shows her, like, there's no words, it's completely instrumental, but it's something that she could play like on the violin or whatever it is that she's been learning. Like, I know she had vocal lessons, but like I think she also plays an instrument, or she could hum it, I don't know.
Yeah, she's more of a singer than instrument.
But it's like a commissioned little piece specifically for Rosa.
Yeah, she'll kind of sing it on like awe.
Yeah.
And just thank you so much, Honorine.
I wanted something a little less ephemeral than just a performance. And then for Runa, there are two pieces of like copper, like polished copper. It's a lightning bolt, but the lightning bolt has it's in two pieces, and each piece is on a necklace. So like it's like the best friend heart, but like lightning bolt shaped. And she's like, I don't know who you would give the second one to. It's up to you.
Brandy, me.
Yeah, she's kind of glancing at Brandy a little sidelong, but like, so she gives Runa that, and then she's like, I didn't realize we were giving the child presents, and so she like unfastens a bracelet from around her wrist and is like, and this is for you, and gives it to Brandy.
Oh, I mean, Runa is going to kneel down and like put the other one on Brandy.
Yeah. And she didn't know if like it was gonna be like her mother or Sora or any of them. It could be.
I just feel like it makes the most sense for Brandy.
Yeah.
I mean, the two of them are now the only Scaregin.
Between the necklace and like the bracelet, she spins around with the dagger in hand, but like with the sheath on it.
Okay, good.
I'm so
Runa
shiny.
did make a sheath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
plus her first rune was Fury. So
those are Honorane's gifts.
Oh,
Wear it in good health, little child.
I had a detail from mine that I completely forgot. I completely forgot in the moment. As everyone's like unwrapped their things, there's just a small handwritten note in each that just says "Remind yourself." And then once the gift giving is all done, he will like stand up on a table and clang two steins together. This is wonderful. Thank you all for coming. It is good to celebrate this tradition again with family and friends, new and old. And I wanted to say in the times we find ourselves in, I wanted to encourage you all to remind yourselves of two things. The first, remind yourselves of the people, the things, the places you all hold dear. And the second, it may overlap, but the second is remind yourselves of us as a team, as a family, as whatever you may see us as, and remind yourselves of the things we have done together. Downs a stein and cheers.
Yeah, and there's applause around. There's like tons of embracing and like people sharing food. At one point, Veronica does come up to Honorine and like offers like a small gift. She says, "This is for your aunt."
Oh, okay. I'll bring it to
It's
her.
wrapped. It's like small book sized. And there's knowledge like they're leaving in the morning to go to the march. Like it's going to be 3 days. That's going to have to be fast. The Wakund is similarly having a celebration in their building right now.
Dragon's
And everybody,
Tooth.
yeah, the Draken's Tooth. Everybody that is like getting ready to depart, like because the Wakund are the Wakund, they're definitely turning all of like Finehearth into a celebration. You guys are in Riverfront at the moment, but you saw a lot of it happening. There was a lot of very drunk Wakund because they know this is going to be a hell of a fight. They're not broadcasting where they're going, but like the fact that they're going somewhere is fairly clear. I just want a quick answer, like after the gift giving has happened, after the food, you know what I'm saying? Like we're talking probably like an hour later. Just give me a quick snapshot of like what your character is up to at that time. I'll start with Arthur.
Before we do that, still at the
Sure.
party, Runa will like go up to Gavin, hug him, and like, I wrote the note because I haven't had a moment. Truly, thank you for introducing me to my father. You're muted.
Geralt was like a father to me as well. He took me in when I was literally broken on the side of the road. He is a good man, and I'm glad that we can share something together in him. And he
Me
sort of
too.
smiles.
Um, so so about an hour later, um, you can, you know, give me a snapshot of where they're at, how drunk they are or not. Um,
Gav is
Um,
drunk enough that he has put the easel aside, and he's currently got Hannelore on his lap. And they're just sort of being quiet together.
yeah.
He's sauced.
All right.
So I think there's a point in the revelry where Honorine kind of steps away from it. So I think she steps out kind of onto a balcony, and in the sort of stillness with the snow sort of falling around her, she kind of pulls the carved pendant that she has like loose from her dress, and kind of like warms it between her palms, kind of warms the amber with her body heat, and is just sort of like Merry Winterfest, and kind of sends that out into the air.
There's a memory that stirs in her mind when she does that. Yeah.
Cat.
Ah. When she does that, of just like one of the nights that she was out as a child playing in Black Forest, and like the snow began to fall, and she could remember all of the bare trees and the crunch of snow under her feet, and like, for anybody else that was in that forest, being hunted by the Scatman Man was a terrifying thing, and for her it was part of a game. And she can kind of remember that game of like hiding behind a tree, oblivious to the fact that he knew where everyone was in the forest at all times. And sure, she was hiding really well from him, and him playing the part of, marching around trees, looking behind each one, drawing it out.
Giggling
Um,
softly, like, oh, I've hidden really well this time.
and trying to be still as like snowflakes were landing on her shoulders and her hat. And so, all right. So who else? Where are they at?
Arthur is doing what Arthur is doing is a very, in his best way he can, to be very subtle about it. He's distancing himself from the revelry in the party, while not making it appear that he's distancing himself from it. Because the events that happened in our cold open still weigh very heavily in his mind. The snake tattoo that is across his body, which I don't know if I don't know if I ever said the origin of it, but for now I'm going to say that the origin is that Megan did it for him. Kind of, it feels like it's moving, like just kind of like it itself is alive, just kind of almost writhing and moving slightly on him, not in any way that would actually look like it would move.
More like he's
Like it's just
extremely aware of it on him
just
right
very
now.
very aware of it. Yeah, like if an actual snake were to be on you in that exact position, you can feel like the weight of the snake. And he's doing his best to just stand back and let everyone have a great time, knowing that tomorrow is not promised, and understanding that the time for these feelings of loss and loneliness aren't really appropriate now, but not something that he can stop feeling any even then, just something that he has to let happen but can't do anything about. So he smiles and he drinks with people, and anyone who's watching notice that he's drinking a significantly more than normally they've ever seen him drink. And yet it remains unperturbed by the alcohol. In an attempt to drown his sorrows, when the well is so deep and so empty, it will never fill, however much you try to pour things into it.
And I'm gonna have you make a roll in a little bit, but it's gonna be after everybody else kind of says what they're doing. So I think Rosa and Len are probably together. Is that fair?
Yeah, and possibly still surrounded by the girls of the show, the gals of the show, because engagement rings seem to have some sort of gravity of their own in certain situations.
Yeah, I think Rose is probably being buffeted by the stories of proposals that almost happened, proposals that did happen.
And the entire time she's just kind of looking at Len because they need to go have a conversation about what's going to happen.
Yeah, so I imagine at some point when it feels comfortable, they'll extricate themselves, at least temporarily, from the party.
Probably just upstairs at that point, like the warded off area. Um, Anna had a gift for Hans of a very tiny, like treble chess kit.
Oh.
One that could be like unfolded and like all the pieces like fit inside of it. Like there's no magnets or anything like that for like the totally modern one. But it is like the design is that's something that can be played. And she's kind of like pulled him into a corner and is like, playing rounds with him and
Yeah, they'll probably just play for a while. He's probably mildly brooding and musing over what's to come. At this point, likely a few drinks in. Occasionally looks at the brooch thoughtfully, clips it back.
Sora is probably hanging close to Runo while Brandy is, still in absolute party fury mode. She goes through a period where she wants to make sure everybody has drinks, and she goes through a period where she wants to make sure that everybody has like food. She goes to a period where she provides Gav with like an I'm sorry gift, which is like a stage gauntlet from like the prop room. And she's like, in case you ever want to cover your weird hand.
Gav takes it in stride. He went through a 2-glove period.
Um,
The anti-Michael Jackson.
and she's just kind of like bouncing between everything. Ingvild is just kind of sitting happily close to Runa and being near her and like watching everything. And so I'm going to give to Runa like the notice roll automatically, and Arthur, you can make a keen senses and wits roll since like I think everybody's sort of like wrapped up in people, or honoring yourself is like just outside like.
I was gonna say like Runa is probably spending a lot of time with like her family and like staying really close to Jairus, like always like having like the physical contact at any moment, just like enjoying the time with him because she's not going to have that for a bit again. But I would like to notice Arthur.
Okay. You can absolutely, no, I'm not going to have a roll for it. Like, I think Runa has been established as she's doing the captain thing of like, this is the crew, and she keeps an eye on them. And between her like sort of like natural medical bent and healing and everything like that, I don't think it's a problem for her to notice like the degree to which he's drinking. But let me get the result of the keen senses and wits from Arthur.
So I'm assuming it's just roll 3, keep 3, because just I don't believe I have keen senses.
Yeah, so then it'll just be 3, keep 3. I will actually let you add your spy master one to it as well, because you're noticing somebody
Oh, this
in the
is
city. So
okay. So that's 6. With that, it's spy master. So does that just mean it gets added? An amount gets added to it afterwards, or?
the spy master gives you a +5 at the end of the roll.
Thank you. That's what I was checking. 25.
Okay. So he notices the person that's like coming up the street. I think it's probably like a moment where he's back in the kitchen. There's some windows to see out of it. In case it's been a while since I described it, the bear house is actually, it used to be like 10 houses that were just sort of like schmad together, that they like knocked out walls and made a stage and stuff like that. And since you guys have invested a lot of money into it, it's now got like proper sound and acoustics, and like everything's been properly supported and whatnot. But it still bears that sort of like resemblance. So this is a kitchen that used to be a kitchen. And the windows looked out on the streets. And as Rune is kind of like coming in to have a talk with him, Arthur can see somebody on the street that's making their way towards the bear house. And he sees something is off with the walk as the man is approaching. And then he sees that there's like hints of red in the snow behind.
Arthur moves before Runa can really get to him. Not
Runa's
out of
gonna follow.
Yes, I'm assuming. I'm he doesn't even notice that Runa's there. He's very focused on the
Okay.
bleeding man in the snow. So he goes over.
Has Arthur ever met Ettore?
Oh shit.
Sorry, can you give me the name again?
Ettore.
The poisoner.
Poisoner, Hand of Mondavi. He might not have been there for any of those episodes.
Scary
That's fine.
mafia guy.
I don't think I
Is
have.
it safe to assume that Runa would notice that he's noticed something?
Yeah. I think the
Yeah.
fact that he ducks out of the kitchen and heads straight out, like.
So she's gonna like start to like catch up with him.
Yeah, and she'll. I think the moment she's on the street, she's gonna see as well. Ettore is making his way towards the bear house, and he's walking slowly, and there's like the drip of blood from one glove into the snow.
I would like to go to him and just like gently like touch his shoulders, ask like what happened, and I would like to can I only take one dramatic wound at a time?
Yes,
I would like to take one.
You can only take one, even though he has multiple wounds. You can only take from the last one.
I'll take it.
Okay. However, do me a favor, make a quick wits and doctor roll.
Doctor, so that would be wits plus my like healer specific, like the 3 dots plus
Yes,
5.
and then because you have the doctor that's going to give you +5 because it's diagnostic to tell you how bad off somebody is. What is Arthur doing? Like, Runa clearly recognizes this person, so
Arthur is a little concerned with the fact that the man is bleeding and coming towards them. So he's
It's a
actually
27.
what he's trying to do is trying to like support the man.
so
he doesn't
Ettore
have to
has
walk
a resolve.
so much on his own.
Ettore has a resolve of 4, and he has suffered 7 dramatic wounds. So Runa's pull takes 1, so he's down to 6, but he's still crippled. Does that make sense? But Runa, like when she touches and takes her dramatic wound, she can tell like there are few people who would be alive at this point. Bear in mind that like henchmen only have half the number of dramatic wounds that heroes do, and a resolve of 4 is unusual in and of itself.
And I'm gonna like help Arthur steady him. And as I am steadying him, I would also like to ease the pain.
Yeah, you can.
I would like to take his pain,
Um,
or
so
at least a portion of
one
it.
of the things that she's discovered from the Knights of the Rosencross is that, like, when people are of a certain degree of injured, the pain is a good thing because it prevents them from doing more damage to themselves by moving something that they wouldn't otherwise because of the pain coming back to them. She can do enough that it's like making it easier to like walk and stuff like that. But she can tell that he's in a lot. She is capable of doing like surgery that will remove yet another traumatic wound. But it's going to be require being inside, cleaning some tools, etc.
Yeah, she's trying to get him to the like her goal is to help this man.
Yeah. So is Arthur's, but Arthur also looks at you and kind of just says, "What's the easiest way to get him in without anyone noticing?"
Is there like a back door close to the stairs?
There
to
are a
get to the
couple
quiet room?
entrances into the place. I think after the fight at the bear house, they made sure that a couple of them were permanently closed off because there were a few too many. But
I think maybe the one that comes up from the sewers.
She's gonna go for the door that's closest to the stairs up to the quiet room.
We're all gonna see you do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Like it's
Everyone can tell that Runa is going up with urgency. Like she's not gonna stop to explain to anyone like what's going on. She's just trying to get him there quickly.
Yeah, Arthur's doing his best to make sure that he gets up there, and it'll be noticeable that he's there. Yeah, but he also doesn't want to make sure that everyone sees a bleeding man going up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that he doesn't want the council to see. He doesn't want the party to stop and everyone to panic.
So is he kind of like helping Bruna like hold him, but also kind of body blocking him?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's taking some of the pain as they're going to.
So with the 25,
27.
every single 27 you said?
Because that's +5.
Every single wound on him is from a fencing weapon.
When they get up to the room, as she's like preparing tools and everything, she just looks at him and went, "Atori, what happened to you?"
Honoring's there too, by the way. Probably saw from the balcony someone coming and took a minute to get there, but
yeah, who's kind of like disengaging and going up to the warded room? Like I'm fine. I'm not requiring any rolls to notice this happening. You know what I'm saying? You guys are the PCs and the heroes. Like there's plenty of people at the party that aren't going to notice, but
Gav detaches from Hannelore. It's like council business, duh.
Was Rosa and Lena already upstairs talking?
Oh, I think they were.
Yeah, then we're up there when Arthur and Runa come in.
So sorry, Runa like comes in and goes, "Hey, we need the room too. I'm sorry."
Sorry for the interruption.
Ettore?
And Ettore kind of bows his head and like she can see even from a distance. One of his hands is like red with blood. And there's like multiple cuts in his like very fancy shirt and
Runa's now bleeding.
Lad, this is not exactly the time to be showing gentlemanliness.
I'll go get hot water and bandages started.
Thank you.
Arthur's already stripping Arthur's basically stripping him to get access to the wounds more easily.
Honoring's helping.
Yeah.
Rosa's gonna help however she can.
Yeah.
Runa's just like sanitizing and like getting shit ready so that she can help this man. Also, I just realized that I already had 3 dramatic wounds. Don't know when I got them. Don't know if they'd be healed yet, but
They're
I'm
gone by
fine to
now.
have. Okay. I was gonna say, if not, I'm fine to have 4.
No, they're during like downtime type episodes, they're just gone. Does that
Cool,
make
good to
sense?
know.
So,
So what's the answer to when she asks what happened?
Ittori, he kind of like eases onto like one of the tables. He says, I crossed paths with another hand.
Mondavi?
He says, I'm Mondavi's hand. He says, but another came here. He says, looking to end me.
Another hand.
Each prince has their own.
Who did this?
He says, I don't know whose prince he belonged to, and you won't be answering questions.
Arthur's doing the math real quick. Is he a hand?
Yes.
No, that's a specifically Vidachi thing.
Okay.
I
So
think he was asking if Ittori was a hand.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I was
No?
asking if I was a hand.
Ah.
Like, am I technically Logan's hand? This is
no,
confusing to me now.
no, you're
That's what I was
you're
asking.
yeah, it's a different thing. So those who are familiar with Ittori, like if you feel that way, you're welcome to roll a wits and criminal.
Would Arthur know him well enough that it would be worth? Because he has a lot for criminal.
Yeah. So the thing is like he
I'm just asking if
is
it would make sense to roll for it.
not having just met him, like
Cool,
a
I
few
think
never
he's
mind.
met
conversations.
Ittori once.
Yeah.
But it was a
I
while
genuinely don't
ago.
remember.
It's wits and criminal for what?
For
Like, trying to figure out if there's anything to add.
you basically so above board, like to tell if he's lying or not.
Keen senses?
Oh,
Not in this case. I won't do in keen senses, and I won't do appearance either because it's a detection thing as opposed to.
if it's to check if he's lying thing, Arthur can go on basic spy instincts. That's about it. Because his job has been reading people and figuring out how to make them tick.
Yeah, I'm just like I asked for the people who were most familiar with him because it's a very minor lie. Does that make sense? And it's somebody
Okay.
whose job is professionally to do so. So, honoring's 37 though. I will give that like specifically what he's lying about is that he doesn't know which prince that hand belongs to.
Where is the cleanup? She's gonna ask him, where's the cleanup?
She says his body's in a river.
Gav makes a mental note to get one of the kids to fish his body out.
Yeah, they're finding where because he hasn't specifically said.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Never mind. Freiburg's a big place.
There's a
two
lot of rivers in Freiburg, and it's winter, so
You might be able to follow the trail of bloody
It's the
snow.
ice. Slides across.
I'm a penguin.
So they did Hans come in with everybody else?
No, for one reason or another, he is not there.
Ittori kind of he looks around to kind of like realize it's all council in the room. And let me do one quick roll real quick.
Ooh.
Whoa.
So he looks at Henri and he can kind of tell that, like, there's an expression that crosses her face that is a tell that she knows that he wasn't telling the whole truth. And he he says, Mondavi sent a new hand after me.
What does that mean? She's like glancing at Rosa and then looking at Ettore.
Rosa
You're
knows what
fired.
it means. Princes, every prince is different, but every prince has a hand that they consider their hand. Does that make sense? That hand might have a network under them of people who can identify themselves as a hand. But like the primary hand is like a job you have for life. If there's a new hand, that means that Mondavi is no longer, or Ettore is no longer in that position. And even if, and while, and just killing the person trying to replace him is not going to get him his job back. Does that make
He's
sense?
been
It just
burned.
means another hand is going to, and whoever kills him is going to be the one that officially gets the job.
He's been
Um,
handed his burn notice eventually, essentially.
Yeah. And
Says, I
Rosa,
suspect I am being held to account for the situation with Seeger.
yeah, Rosa hearing that there's a new hand. It's just, yeah, she goes straight into Vadachi of, you need to get out of here, you need to change your name, you need to run, you know how dangerous they are, it's not safe, stay away.
He says, I was hoping when you went to war tomorrow, I could be amongst your number.
Well,
Runa can go ahead and give me a wits and surgeon.
Let's get you fixed up first.
Because Rosa's freaked out.
This is also
Gav
Arthur.
brought up the tackle
35.
box that he brought Runa, and has like offered like a fish hook with line attached to it to help stitch Ettore up.
It'll have to do. And am I able
Wheel of Fortune.
to
Interesting.
take pain as I do the surgery?
It's a bad idea.
Cool.
Really
If you were to take his pain right now, you would be rolling as if you were crippled yourself.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that then.
It
Because I
works
rolled
great
pretty
when
well.
somebody else is doing the surgery. But
This is a question Arthur kind of is Arthur that I want to know, and Arthur would be thinking. Just based on the wounds that he's seen and with the battlefield experience Arthur has, does this man look like he'd ever be able to lift a sword again?
yeah, absolutely. Because this is 7C and people get in sword fights all the time and come back from them.
Okay.
And
I was
before
just thinking with the
Runa's,
crippled status, he might not be able to.
Runa fully
Well-
knowing she's about to put him in more pain than he's already in, like hands him like a piece of leather or like a leather belt to put in his mouth.
He just kind of like he holds up a finger and he reaches into he kind of points to like where his shirt has been cut off. He says there's a vial inside of there.
Honorine grabs it.
It will help.
Does it
yeah,
look like one of his stupid poisons?
kind of. It's like a different color than she's seen before.
You promise it'll help.
It will definitely. And the he says, I'm not going to be any good to anybody for a few hours, he says, but I am sincere in my wish to travel with you. He says, I also will not be much use in answering questions, so if you have any more before then.
And she's gonna kind of glance at Rosa, like to see if Rosa has more questions or.
Yeah, Rosa missed that he lied. So unfortunately not.
I think he came clean like right after he lied, though.
He did.
Yeah. Basically, Honoring's eyebrow called him out.
Yeah.
Like, that was what the 77 was. I was rolling back against to see if he detected that
Mm-hmm.
he'd given away. So, but he uncaps it and drinks and just sort of like Runa can tell he's not unconscious, but he's not feeling much either. And she hasn't seen a painkiller that potent before. She's only read about them.
Honoring
Yeah.
takes the empty vial and kind of slides it away. And she's gonna lean forward and kind of like just lean very close to his ear, and whisper to him while Runa's doing her thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's gonna fix up this man.
Okay. It is a target number 30 to reduce his number of dramatic wounds by 1. Oh shit, which you hit exactly.
I got a 35.
Okay. So, yeah, so you'll reduce his number of dramatic wounds. He is still crippled. He's still at 5 out of 8. But like recovery is going to be faster and everything. So,
Mhm. And after she's done, like, and she's also like making sure everything's wrapped and good. And then she's gonna get help, like bringing him to the couch.
yeah. And everybody else was, it's probably wisest to just leave him on the table, actually, even if it's a
Yeah.
little bit uncomfortable. Not moving him post-surgery is kind of the key thing.
Yeah, that is true.
And everybody else will see, like, whoever he was sword fighting against was good enough to land, like, probably a dozen blows on him. And Atori still survived. And by his own testament, won. So
Is there like a bathroom and sink up here, or does she have to kind of like scurry through the party to wash the blood off of her?
I think they probably just brought a wash basin up. I think
Yeah,
Len
Len brought up lots of hot water. Originally,
Just won the Super Bowl.
poured hot tea water that didn't have tea in it into a bowl while the rest was coming up, but he's just ferrying up everything he can bring up.
Yeah, Runa's gonna make sure she has all the blood off of her.
And
Just like-
then he's just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna go make sure that this actually was ended and there isn't anything lingering. I know Tori said he was in the river, but I'm gonna make sure, and it seems like there's a pretty decent trail for me to follow. So I'll let you all know how it goes.
I'm going with you.
Okay. We're gonna go out and track.
I
he's
would
still-
point out Gav is the most likely to know places that somebody who was almost killed but could have hid in any particular area of the city, given that he has like the most extensive kind of like street knowledge.
He does, but A, Len's not gonna bug him while he's here with his wife, and B, it's all about tracking the pretty copious blood droplets and everything that Ettore was leaving.
Well, if Len lets Gav know that that's what he's about to do, Gav would also give him some hints, considering
Yeah, I
where
think
they are in the riverfront and how long Ettore would have had to walk.
well, and
Like-
Gav, you said that Gav like was slipping away from Hunneler and coming up to the room, so Gav has already stepped away from his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Len said this in the room with Ettore,
Yeah.
which you said Gav was there, so he would have heard. But it's not like Len was like, I'm just gonna. He just said, hey guys, I'm gonna go try and track this just to make sure. Now that I brought up the hot water and everything.
Yeah, just Yeah, he lets them know of a couple of well or lesser known hidey spots for bodies that need to be deposited.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And then we're gonna go look.
He doesn't mention
Um,
which one he used on that one Vadicine spy, but
Well, you can't share all of your secrets.
Um,
Gotta save some mystery for the honeymoon.
and as everyone's like kind of dispersing, Runa's gonna look back to Arthur and like just like squeeze his arm. What I was gonna say before, you're not alone, Arthur Wolf.
I know.
Share your pain. We're
I
here.
will. Just give me some time.
And she offers a hug.
He takes it.
It's like a good like vest and bear hug.
Arthur responds. I almost said responds in spine.
Responds.
In kind. But he does look around me, and he just debates for a minute what to do next before likely going down to make sure everyone is still calm and enjoying the party, and that we didn't cause any disturbance by our leaving.
Runa will also go with him.
Rose
Just
is gonna
because
stay.
before leaving, Runa's just gonna like look to Rose and go, make sure he rests, okay? Knowing that he's out-ish.
I more don't want whoever did this to come back and try and finish it.
And if someone does manage to sneak in here, scream for us.
they would have to go through me first.
That's true.
Gav goes downstairs and tells Hannelore he's probably going to be staying here for the night, just because he's like, a friend of ours is injured and needs my protection.
She nods. She says, and you're headed to fight in the morning.
Duh.
After it's done, I'd assume like probably Runa and Jairus would walk her back to her place, so she's not walking alone.
Yeah. Is she walking back to her place, or is she staying? Because it is her patient.
That is a good question. Oh, actually, yeah, she'd probably end up staying, but she'd want to make sure that Hannelore got home safe.
All right.
Because she knows that two of them are there, and they know that she'll be back.
So it's going to be a fairly easy tracking roll for Len to work his way back there.
Right. So probably urban naturalist plus keen senses plus wits.
Yep.
Can Honorine like provide some light or something? Can I help?
Do you have anything that'd be valuable in tracking? Light's not really the issue because there's plenty of it from the torches and various decorations around for Winterfest.
I have a dot in criminal.
Give Glenn an extra dot then. Gav can do the same, both of you.
Take a dot.
All right.
3.
10, keep 4. Do not screw me on this dice. 24.
I think a bonus from, like, I have Street Guide. That's my specialty, so would he get a bonus from that?
Yeah, you guys, this is not a super hard roll, so he's made.
Okay.
It's just taking a little while. And it is like fairly relatively late in the evening because the blood track goes. Here, switch to the map of the city real quick. We'll be all over there. Okay, so the Bearhausen is here, I believe. The fighting actually happened. So down in Finehearth, Ettori's home is near the Shouting Square. The fighting actually happened on this bridge between Fineheart and Steinholt.
Jesus
And
Christ.
Ettori walked through Stonehold and then all the way into the riverfront. He crossed 2 bridges. And the there's like blood drops like all along the way. He was like, his bleeding steadily worsened. Does that make sense? So most of the people that he passed probably didn't notice them, or they noticed it a little too late to see him going by. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
When they get down to the actual place where the duel transpired, so this is going to be a tracking roll, but there's some complexities to it. Do any of the 3 of you have any like exploit weaknesses for swordsman schools?
Loring.
You
That's
have
it.
one for Lauren. Okay.
Yeah, and Kalingen, but that doesn't really count.
Okay. So do you have just 1 dot in it? Okay. So I'm going to give that to you as a bonus for sort of like going through all of the tracks in this area and like getting some meaning out of them. So it's going to be another wits, another tracking roll. And then instead of the city guide, you're going to get the bonus from the exploit weakness.
Wait, did Gav go with us? I thought he stayed with the Tory.
Oh, sorry. So no, you won't get that bonus.
So I'm not trying to screw us out of points. I was just like,
No,
wait a
no,
minute.
that's fine. And sorry, I thought Gav was with you, so you wouldn't have had 3 extra dice. Actually, no, the street.
Yeah, the street guide was.
Yeah, you bestowed it to him before leaving, but
Yeah.
okay,
Okay,
so it's just Honorine and Lennon at this point.
Yeah. So you need another tracking roll.
Yes.
Okay. So, $23.
Okay. So
My dice
he
crashed.
definitely fought somebody here. He definitely killed them. And what Len is able to see during the course of the sword fight is that at first, whoever he was dueling definitely had the upper hand against him. Like was winning the fight against Ettori. And then halfway through the fight, Ettori switched techniques. He switched which swordsman school he was using. And the fight was over very quickly after that.
I can also fight with my left hand.
That's an amusing note. That's actually the difference of about 2 unkept skill dice. This is much more than that.
Okay.
And the other thing that Len is able to tell is that somebody came up to this after the fight was over very quickly and departed just as quickly. Like somebody knew it was going to happen he has a good idea where the body would be roughly in the river. It's probably being carried downriver by this point. But he has a very good idea where the body would have gone in.
And where it would be. I'm just gonna look at Honorine and then check around, see if they're alone. He's like, I need to see if I can catch up to that body and see if it has anything on it. Are you gonna
Okay.
be okay to go back alone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
And
You gonna be with the Tori
honoring
at the beer house?
Yeah.
Okay.
and honoring having contributed very little to the search, turns to go back to the bear house.
And
So, how are you transforming?
oh yeah, we're going full otter.
Okay, tell me where he transforms.
He's gonna kind of pull a Batman here or something and look for like just a shadowy corner nearby, just somewhere he can duck into that shouldn't have anybody in it.
So it's funny that you went that way with it. So as he's starting to like go that way, he like moves towards an alley, and uh stumbles into over like nearly trips over. There is a headless body in the alley that is not part of that duel. Like the tracks don't lead here.
You know. Okay. Okay.
Does
There's-
honoring have to stop and turn around?
yeah. Let him be like, Honorine,
You okay?
you come here for a minute.
Okay. She comes over. Oh,
Is it like this? I don't know if this is even related to that. Is the body dressed well or anything, or is it like?
Both of you can go ahead and give me a wits and this is just a pure memory thing. And I would actually let you use fashion related things. So Honoring can use her noble because she probably is very keen on like remembering details of fashion and clothing.
Len has commoner, performer, and enforcer, and
I
otherwise
don't think any of
naturalist.
those are particularly
So just straight wits. All right.
32.
okay. So Honoring does recognize the body even sans ahead because he was standing to the left of the Grand Master of the Black Crosses. Um, Rosa had seen one of the other ones of them, like his head appear in an alley like the day before, and I don't believe it told anybody. The second of the Grand Master's lieutenants is in this alley headless.
The Grandmaster, the one that we that had the cloaks, right?
Yeah, I'm talking specifically about Strauss, was the Grand Master, and he had with him the journalist who later interviewed Hans, and he also had an Italian, or he also had a Vidachi man that like I described as looking like a professional criminal.
Yeah.
The Vidachi man who looks like a professional criminal is headless in this alleyway. That's who this body is.
And if Honorine identifies him, Len will tell her that Rosa told him about the other one losing their head, the journalist. So on top of everything else, it looks like we have somebody, some organization hunting the order.
Well, it's probably the same. Never mind. I'll go let the others know.
Right. Len will do a quick search. Does he have anything in his pockets? He's probably already been rolled, but
No, nobody's touched this.
Oh.
It's still like too fresh. There is no head like in the
Yeah.
alley or nearby, but you can see the like black hand and the dot on the other hand. There's like a couple coins and stuff like that, but little identifying materials of any kind.
So no rings, necklaces, anything. Shit. Okay, well, I'm not expecting you to stay here with the body, but you'll probably at least want to let Hans know. Because the guard's going to find out about it eventually, I'm certain. And then I really need to go try and catch the other body that we came out here for. is thank you. I know I'm not your favorite person, and I know you didn't really want to side quest on this, but
No, it's fine.
right.
Just
Well then,
do what you need to do.
otter power, form of an otter. That's what I got.
By otter standards, the water is fucking cold.
Yeah, God.
And getting into it, you can see where there's like the one thing that is nearby when he gets into the water is there is a rapier that's like blade first into the mud. That like the hilt is protruding, but the rest of the body has washed downstream. And give me a tracking roll.
All right. Does that? Yeah, that's using the otter's abilities too.
Yes.
Okay.
What are the target numbers of these? I feel like you normally give us target numbers.
This is just going to be a 20 to find.
Nice job.
There we go. An otter in his element.
Water.
So the otter is in no way going to be able to bring the body out of the river.
No, but he can. He's got agile little paws, and he can hold his breath for a long while. So if nothing else, if he can, he's just going to try and search the pockets, search for necklaces, rings, some identifying mark, anything that he can bring back to maybe shed light on who this person was or anything really.
So there is a ring that is akin to one that you've seen Atori wearing.
Okay.
That has the mark of the Mandavi family on it. So it's functionally identical to one that Atori wears. Also, he's able to get enough of an assessment. Like Atori was covered with wounds, right?
Yeah.
Like bleeding from several different places. This guy has one wound. And it's a blow straight through his heart that came out his back.
Damn.
It is a fencing wound. Like it's
Yeah.
just like a single blow that like probably went all the way to the basket hilt and ended the duel.
Okay. And nothing else? No waterlogged notes in the pockets or
There is there will be a piece of parchment. It's going to be a matter of if it can be restored enough that anything on it can be made out.
I'm grabbing at everything I can here. If we can use it, great. If not, well, Otterlen tried. And if that's all he can really grab, then he's going to grab that. Can he get the sword out himself?
It's
From the
close
bottom.
enough to the edge that he can do it. He's going to come out like wet and cold, but he can pull the blade free.
Then he'll do that and take off as much as possible, and then probably, oh, this is gonna suck. He's gonna unotter and head back.
Okay. We're gonna assume some flesh wounds related to it being really fucking cold and him being wet.
Yeah,
But we don't have to go into detail on them. So I'm gonna drop the curtain there. We are a few minutes over, and next episode is gonna be the like going to war part. But so let's do some quick XP nominations. 2 of them, please.
Arthur.
Definitely.
say anything
And
yet.
Honorine. Honestly, I feel like the whole trying to
was-
talk her sister out of, you have options. I'm sure you love him.
That was
But you
good.
have options. And the little scat man wishing him a Merry Christmas thing.
I was gonna say Len and Runa. Len, of course, because you planned the thing since like October, and you finally got to do it.
And we were all dunking on you so hard.
That's why as soon as he started dunking, I was like, I chatted to him, so I was like, I'm going to need you to back me up that I've been planning this since
We
October.
were really just dogging on you. I'm sorry, dude.
I had remembered where it kind of got spoiled a couple of sessions ago. And so everyone in the chat being like, oh, it's not happening, it's not happening. I was like, y'all really don't remember session, do you?
I barely remember what accent I'm using. Come on, give me a break.
I would support Arthur and Len.
Arthur and Len.
Definitely. That
I
sounds
can't
good.
argue against this.
Is that what we want to do, Arthur and Len?
I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hooray. And also, I want to say, you couldn't even give us Christmas without Doom. It's Christmas.
It's Winterfest. It's not the same.
Santa can't save you here, Len.
Tori gave Rin
and-
a gift of playing Operation.
I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay, so we will close out there. We've got our nominations. And so thank you for everyone watching us on YouTube or live on Twitch. Audience participation always means the world to us. And if you're on YouTube, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and make a comment in the down below. Here at Dirty 20, we always sign out with the same call to action. Be nice. Be kind when you have the spoons, but even when you don't, be nice. Be nice to strangers, be nice to family, be nice to your loved ones, and be nice to yourself. Thank you for coming on this journey with us, and we will see you. Do we have game next week or?
Yeah, we have game next week. It's the
Next
week
two.
after that we.
Okay, so we will see you next week,
Next week.
and
Yeah.
that will close us out. So we'll see you next Sunday.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.